Oh gosh.
Okay, you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blackert,
And I'm Lyanca Reina.
and this is the Hot Hustle Show. And today we're talking with Cinnamon Clark. And Cinnamon is a psychic, and she's a little ADHD and
A little?
autistic and all
A
put
lot.
together. So she belongs in this group.
For sure.
Oh my gosh, the pre-call that we had with you, I had so much fun in our pre-call just deciding what we were going to talk about. I was like, I don't really care what we talk about. I just want to talk to this girl. So that was fantastic. I know Lyanca's had a session with you, so she knows a little bit more about you. Do you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, so I met Cinnamon because I heard her do an interview, and she was talking about concepts that was stuff that I'd never heard, and she was talking about neurodivergence, and really was speaking to my heart. And I was in a really tough spot at the time, and gosh, look at us, look at me now, right? Since our conversation, and Cinnamon really helped to first kind of pinpoint what I was experiencing, and gave me that safe space. Would be like, hey, ADHD, let's roll. This is a superpower. And she also, in a reading that I had with her, oh, it was phenomenal because she's so authentic, was able to really step in to say, girlfriend, go for it all. And boy, did I. And a lot has changed in, gosh, just what I think it was been about 6 weeks since I met with her, and I really moved. I've shifted things in ways that I can't even explain on this call. So welcome, Cinnamon. Good morning, and we're glad to have you.
And Cinnamon, I really get that that's your superpower, is like just being able to put the eye on where somebody's sticking themselves and be able to go whoop and flip it over.
Yeah, and wouldn't it be great if I could take credit for it? I can't do that, y'all. I know I don't take credit or blame, y'all. I mean, my spirit guides help me out with all of it, really, really. And I don't know how to not be authentic really anymore, because I stopped masking, because of course I am
Yes.
autistic and I am ADHD, and I know some people don't like me saying it's superpower because there are a lot of accommodations that I have to do for myself and a lot of people have to do for themselves. So, but I feel like it's how you view your world. My little filter for reality. Well, here's the freaking truth, y'all. I've just trained myself to have pronoia. Bottom line, trained myself to do it. It's the opposite of paranoia. I just absolutely firmly believe that the entire universe is conspiring to help me in every positive effing way.
Woo! Love it.
And it's work. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's work, and it's a pain in the ass, because my little brain, my little primate brain, whoo, Lord howdy, wants to go into the negative all the time. And y'all know, you know how it works. Your brain is like going and going. It's like, holy crap, will you ever shut up? So I talk to myself, my brain, like it's a little assistant. Like, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all of your input. And I know, 20 years ago I said that horrible thing. No need to remind me at 3 a.m. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
And I just kind of talk to it like that so I can live my freaking life. But
Yeah.
y'all make me sound so fancy. Y'all ain't that fancy.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you actually are a little fancy.
Well, here's
Cinnamon,
hoping.
how did you get into this work? You tell us a little bit of
Kicking and
backstory, and then
screaming.
if you don't mind, we'll take some callers that get right in there. We've got the line lighted right up.
Yeah, kicking and screaming. That's how I got in this line of work. It was like putting a cat in a bathtub. I was hissing and scratching and didn't want to do it because I had a business of my own. I'm a canine behaviorist, and this is what I've been doing since the freaking 90s, And that's what I work with highly aggressive dogs. That's my gig. And I've worked with horses and wolves and tigers and house cats and training and behavior, but my specialty is aggressive dogs. And I was a vet tech for 15 years, worked South Central Animal Shelter. Woo! Damn. Worked at Pasadena Humane. I mean, you name it, I've done it. Had my own business for forever. Taught group classes for highly aggressive dogs for like 18 years. Crazy, in the Valley in LA. And it gets to a point though, when you are as sensitive as I am, that compassion fatigue kicks your ass. And it was screeching halts for me because I did get, but I just finally realized like, oh shit, I have complex PTSD. Now what do I do? And so in 2020, as y'all, everybody, right, my whole world collapsed. I'm like, well, shit, I just got to get rid of this business because I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I had to give it up, crying because it was just this, well, and I lived through a dark decade of the soul, and I just came up out of it. And not a dark night, y'all. This was more like 12 years of horrible depression, intense anxiety, debilitating. And I finally realized in 2020 that, oh man, I'm autistic. I'm in my 50s, y'all, so I had no idea that I was autistic. And there was a lot of grief that came with that, realizing that I'm autistic, because I think back to Mississippi in the 70s, it sure would have been nice if anybody knew what the hell was going on in my little brain pan, you know what I mean? Instead of just like, oh, that's Cinnamon, she's hyper. I'm like, it's ADHD, y'all. So I finally decided, and I feel like so many people are going through this right now, that everything is just a freaking diaper fire. Y'all, everything is just like, and you hate your job and you hate where you live and you don't know what to do and you can't figure it out and you feel like you're in limbo and everything's stuck and the world is on fire and everybody's fighting everybody and Paris really is on fire, y'all. Like, it's crazy, right? And and then you add all these other things to it. And what I finally figured out was, I can no longer put my body into a lifestyle in which it does not feel okay. I had to break up with my entire life and create a brand new one in which my body feels safe enough to thrive. And that's what I did. And I was freaking terrified. It was so scary, but I did it. I did it. So if you're miserable, y'all, it's doable. Truly.
So if you're miserable, you're good.
Well, yeah, no, and thank God you're miserable. And let me tell you that. Like, thank God you're miserable. I know I sound like a crazy person, but roll with me. Because here's the thing, when you get that new relationship or you get that new job or you get that new place to live and you're so excited about it and you can't believe it, you're like, oh God, I can't believe it looks so great. Or I love him and he's the sweetest man in the world. And then, you know, a couple years in, you're like, what the is going on? Like, this dude is an a-hole. My job sucks. They're horrible people and they're freaking toxic. And I just want to run around chewing tinfoil. I can't do this anymore. So, but if you're that miserable, y'all, here's the secret. Your misery is in direct correlation with how much you've grown. Boom. And you go, well, he's not the same person that I married. Yeah, he is. Holy shit, honey. Yeah, he is. But that's just where you were. So if you're miserable, celebrate it. Holy shit. Because this means you've outgrown where you are. Ooh, think about that.
I was miserable when I was talking to you at that time. I was so upset because I knew my heart really wanted to do this work full time. And I did not, I was, you know, shaking in my britches and worried about this corporate career that I didn't want it and it didn't want me anymore. Either. No. Yeah. And I'm so much happier. Yeah, I'm nervous, but I am so much happier working with the folks today and having wonderful people on like you. Yeah.
Well, and that's it, right? You ask your body, because I swear, y'all, your body is the greatest oracle you'll ever have. And if you really, really are in tune with your body, you don't need my ass. You don't need me. If you pay attention to your body, then you know what's coming around the bend and you know what decisions are right for you. Because here's the secret under the surface of it all. What is confidence? Confidence is not checking shit off a list like, ooh, look at me. I did this myself. No, confidence is, do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself? And does your body trust you? Because you're not your body. And I know we know that, right? Like, we know that logically, but really you're not your body. Your body is this little carbon-based life form, this little mammal down here on this planet, and it's got its own little wants and needs and desires that are not even yours. So if you can get your body on board and really listen to it and trust it, holy shit, you're off and running. And it's scary at first, you know, don't get me wrong, it's scary, but it's worth it. It's worth it to take the leap and see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Go back to your old corporate job that you hate. It ain't going anywhere. It's going to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straight up. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been going through this thing, since the live stream, just because I feel like I'm in the house like all the time now because we're hosting this in our house. And so like I get like
It's a
this
studio.
cabin fever, right? The studio in my
It
house.
is a studio in her house, but yes, it's here.
And I just last night I just broke down. I'm like, I think I'm stuck now. And I'm literally like stuck in my house. How would you facilitate something? I mean, like when like all's good and then suddenly we hit this wall and we know that we need to change. Like what is your like general advice for everyone that might be just hitting a wall?
You know what? It ain't rocket surgery. You just make a list about the shit you hate, and then you make a list right beside that of shit you're going to do that's opposite.
Love it.
Like boom,
Amen.
done. And you know what?
That.
When I was in LA, crying, and meditating and the ugly cry, and meditating, and I'm like, spirit guys, come on, help me out. And I just was like, well, something's got to give. What am I going to do? And the thing that we always say, right, in the spiritual community is write down your list of what you love. And it's hard to do that shit. A lot of people, it's hard. And so I said, well, screw it. I'm so hard on myself. I'm gonna write down all the shit that I hate.
I love that.
I hate the heat. It was too hot. I don't like the heat. I'm autistic. I don't like the heat. I like the cooler weather. And so I need to be someplace cooler. And I don't like all these daggone people. It's 10.5 million fucking people in LA. Are you out of your mind? And what am I thinking? Like, I am autistic, sensitive human, and this is what I choose? Oh my God. But I've been there since God was a boy, y'all, so I did really want to leave. And then, all these things that I hate, the traffic and the this and the that. And so I said, okay, well, here's my criterion. Here it is. And it needs to be a cooler place with fewer people. I need more trees and people. I need a slower pace of life. I need people who leave me the hell alone because I'm an introvert. I don't mind being in my house. And here are the things that I need. And so I just started looking around and found a place that resonated. And mind you, I was dragging my, teenage son. I'm a single mom. I dragged my son into this. So even double scary because you're thinking, oh God, what if I screw this up? But the thing is this, if you feel it's right in you, then it's right for everybody around you. It's just magic that way. That's just how it works. So I would say make your list of what you hate and then make a list of what you love. And getting up and out of the old groove is the hard part. But once you're up and running, and then please understand there's backlash also. When you shift your life around, there's going to be backlash and it's going to be funky before you get comfy. I feel like that's with everybody, isn't it? Like you move someplace new and you're just miserable at first. Isn't that the point of it? Till your body gets comfy and then you're in a groove. But I feel like it's a don't give up on yourself and be happy. Like, and what is it that makes you happy? Because I swear, here's what I live by, y'all. When I was saying that you're not your body, this is truth. And having a body is like having a pet. You got to brush the fur. You got to socialize the damn thing. You got to walk it. You got to take it to the veterinarian. It's a pain in the ass to have a body. And I feel like I could get so much more done in a day if I didn't have a body, but that's another story. But I finally realize now, if I adopt a little dog out of the shelter and it's got whatever going on, right? Fear of thunderstorms, or fear of strangers or whatever, I would do everything in my power to help that little dog. And why am I not doing that for my own little pet, my own little body? Like, it's that freaking simple. So what is it that makes your body joyful? Like, how hard is this?
Yeah.
And now, because I'm autistic, I don't like crowds and I don't go to Walmart or Costco. I don't like the lights. I don't like loud noises. I have all these accommodations that I make for myself. If I go out into the world, I can only do about 1 or 2 things a day and then I need to come home and rest. And so now I've formed my life around that. And now my body is finally like, ooh, feeling pretty good. I'm pretty good because I swear it's like getting a little dog from the shelter and you take it to the dog park every day and it's miserable and you're not paying attention and you're telling everybody she's fine, she loves it, she's fine. She's not fine. That little dog is petrified and miserable, and then that little dog starts hating the car, doesn't want to see the leash, doesn't want to see your shoes that you wear, hiding under the bed, and then it's snapping at people. And if none of that works, its body gets sick. And so does ours. Yeah. So what in your life do you need to eliminate? Because just like taking your body to the dadgum dog park, like it's not hard. And what's really hard is the doing.
12:13 p.m.
Oh, it's 12:13. Oh, there we go.
Well,
for me,
we
it's
just
only
went
10
through
for
the
me.
11:11 after hour.
Oh, yay! But at any rate, I mean, I feel like we don't take care of our bodies, especially neurodivergent people. We just don't want to fiddle with it. We want it to just do its thing. So we have shit to do. We don't want to waste time. But that's not it. Paying attention to the body that you're in is important because that's why we're here.
Right.
I mean, what the hell? And we
Right.
spend so much time, well, I'm going to meditate, and to try to get the hell out of here. Why don't we just admit it? Like, okay, well, this is my little body, and it's weird, and it likes what it likes, and that's okay. And how can you be gentle with yourself? Because we're just effing mean.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute. We're mean
Yes,
to our
and
little
yes.
bodies.
Other people we love sometimes when we're not being like aligned with ourselves. If our bodies are grumpy and we're grumpy and we're angry, then we say mean things.
Yes.
And it's
Truth.
it's sad, but it's true.
Like
If
the
I'm
little, well, like the
hungry,
little
sleepy.
book. Well, the little book, how full is your bucket? Like little kids read that book, and everybody's got a little bucket of energy. Are you taking away or adding to somebody's little bucket? And dogs can have an empty bucket too. So all of us. So what do I feel like you need to stand up for yourself for sure, because boundaries come along with all of this stuff. But and that's another thing too, because I'm an energy healer, right, y'all? And that's really what I'm doing nowadays, much more so than the medium stuff and the animal communicating. It's this healing thing. And people go, well, I've got this lower back thing and I need you to heal me. And I go, you sure? Because let me tell you something, it ain't going to the doctor. I'll do what I can do because I heal to the degree in which I'm allowed. But your real healing is this. You need to maybe divorce that partner of yours because they're horrible and mean to you. You need a new dadgum job because they're toxic and terrible people in there. And you need to go no contact with that family member who won't admit what happened to you when you were little. There's your effing healing right there. And they go, wait now. I didn't want all that. I just want you to do some magic hooey on me and make it better. And I can take it out in the moment, but it's going to come right back unless you do for you. And boundaries are a big part of that. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, y'all. Feel free to stop me whenever. I mean, I could talk for 4 hours straight, y'all. I'm a big mouth.
I
So
feel
there
like
you go.
she's like put her hands up. I was like, I want to high five you, man.
Well, and I don't
I
ever
think this is
prepare.
what we need to hear today.
Amen.
Well, yeah.
Yes. Amen.
I
That
never
is exactly
prepare.
how we need to hear it.
I never prepare for things because I
We
feel
don't
like
either.
that would be a bit arrogant of me because I don't know who's going to be here it's not about me. The info comes through me, so it's what y'all need today. That's all. So
Yes.
it's not about, well, and I think I'm going to teach
For
you
everyone.
about,
Yes,
oh my
on the
God.
line.
Yeah, it's about you, what you need. and I bet y'all $5 the questions that are going to come up are for everybody.
I love the hate list. I'm just like thinking about what would I put on my hate list.
Really, and then do the opposite.
She's a badass.
I still went way back there to when I asked that question.
And she said, and do the opposite. So we're getting some great comments in the
Great.
chat.
Oh yeah, I don't
love
even
her.
see the chat, y'all.
Such
So.
beautiful, crazy energy. Love her. She's a badass.
Well,
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So you want to take some callers?
Sure, let's do it.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can now. You're
Okay.
going in and out.
Okay, great. So with Ginny Robbins, let's give you a
Hey,
Hi, Jenny.
chance
hi.
to talk.
Nice to see you, ladies.
Cinimon.
Do you have a
I-
question, Miss Jenny?
Yes,
And
yes,
if
I
I say
do.
miss, it's just because I'm from Mississippi. It's the utmost in respect. Don't get me wrong, y'all.
That's fine. Always make me feel young, please.
I do never say ma'am. Oh, I hate when people say ma'am. That's just rude. Anyway,
too
Miss
funny.
Jenny, what would you like to ask?
I was wondering if you can give me some insight on my mom. She's been pretty sick the last 6 months, had pneumonia 3 times, sepsis and pneumonia this last time. She's out of the hospital, but any insight? Do I need to go up there now to see her?
You
Kind
know
of
what?
thing.
I would, not because she's on death's door, but no, I feel like your presence will be healing for her. I feel like just you being there and her seeing a familiar face and it being safe because you offer safety. I don't know if you realize that or not, because you've worked through a lot of your shit.
Yeah. I'm an
I don't
energy
think
worker
she
too.
really has, but that's all right. You know, it is what it is. But I feel like seeing you will help her be better. Also, I feel like I keep hearing in my head, well, you know, sooner or later, everybody's bill comes due. You know, so I feel
Hmm.
like it's a bit of a backlogged sickness because she's not really liked her body and her life, and it's just kind of caught up with her.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But I feel like your presence would help her a lot.
Okay.
Even if she fights you on it, it's not the point. It's your presence. So did you have a question about that? Oh, am I allowed to do that? Like I'm like keep talking. Yeah, y'all tell me what
Go,
to do.
go,
No,
go
Rick,
ahead,
you're
go.
good.
Don't tell me what to
Because
do.
because
Yes.
Jenny, did you have more questions surrounding that? Because I feel like there's something else underneath that.
I just wanted to, do you feel me actually physically moving out of my home?
Eventually, yeah. I mean, don't you want to already? Weren't you going to like 6, 7 years ago? And then you
Um,
didn't?
well, my husband died, yeah, 8 years ago. And
Oh,
it
okay.
was, am I staying? Am I going? Can I afford to stay? But everything has been okay as far as that goes. And I've been here. I stayed in the same location. And I was just wondering, I felt like I was moving, but I don't know if I'm moving as far as me energetically just keep going higher and higher, or if it's a physical move.
I feel like you physically move. Are you close to the beach or do you vacation at the beach or what's with the
I live in
beach?
South Florida and about
Oh,
25 minutes from the beach.
okay. Well, you were already there because I feel like it's a smaller place and closer to the ocean. And because it feels so different in this new little place. It's smaller and it's light and bright. And I see in the springtime the windows are open, and you can do that because you're not in the middle. Look, I'm from Mississippi. You're not, well, if you're not right on the beach, it's like too many skaters. You don't want to have the
Yeah.
windows open.
Yeah.
But I feel like it just looks so light and bright, and I see you smiling and having friends over, and it feels really good. So are you
Am I
ready to
staying in
release?
Florida?
You
Am I staying
you
in
don't
Florida?
have to. I don't know what the Carolinas are about with you, but I'm hearing that in my head.
Okay.
That
Okay.
you could go there, that would feel really good
Hmm.
because it's a
Hmm.
different vibe,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
And
you.
I feel like it's time for you. Well, it's time for you to do for you it to a greater degree.
Hmm.
And you don't have to just. Well, you've spent a lot of your time processing processing really everybody else's stuff too. And I feel like that's come to a close. I hear it like that's done. You're not going to acquire any more trauma. You don't have to process anybody else's stuff. You're free. And I think that's why I see and hear those seagulls and see your big windows open and there are white curtains flowing and you can literally see the beach. It's this beautiful, it's like an apartment up, they have the gorgeous like condo things. And I don't know if that's a vacation home or you live there, but oh my gosh, that's lovely. It heals your soul. Not that it
Mm.
needs healing. It just feels good.
Okay. Do you
Like
see a time frame, Cinnamon?
if
This
you
year,
want to
next
move,
year?
yeah, and if you want to move this year, you can. 6 to 9 months, you could be out of there.
Okay.
If you want
Cool.
to, because it feels like the house that you're in is heavy now
Okay.
and not as light and bright as it could be. You
Hmm.
know, like you could
Okay.
have it easier. And I don't think we really kind of get that because we're caught up in where we are and we don't see, and our central nervous system would gladly pick the devil that we know other than heaven that we don't know. And our
That's
little
for
ego
sure.
is like, don't take risks. Oh my God, a saber-tooth tiger is going to jump out of nowhere and kill everybody in a fiery heap. That's the way our primordial hardwiring and our ego self and our thoughts, all three, it's like the triple threat is what I call it. You don't have to believe it. You can do hard things, right? You can do what you
Yes,
want to do. And
absolutely.
you're super powerful. You get it. Like you don't need anybody to tell you what to do. You know what you're doing.
Okay,
Yeah, this
cool.
ain't your
Thank you so
first
much.
rodeo.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks, ladies.
All right, the next one up that is Shamira. You're up.
Oh, where are you? Shamira?
Shamira, there she is.
Am I
Can
saying
you
it
hear
right?
it?
Is it Shamira?
It is.
Okay,
It
yay,
is.
hi.
Hi, I had a reading with you not that long ago, Cinnamon. So I
Oh
just wanted to
my God, how
say,
cool. Hi, how are you? There
hi,
you are. Now I can see you.
good. I'm good. So I don't know how many callers are going through menopause. I would love some help from the guys for the pain in the shoulder, my right shoulder that hasn't been going away, and for
Oh.
any advice on the changes that are going on so many levels. Thank you.
So my name is Cinnamon Clark, NMD, not a medical doctor. That's what it stands for. But I say, oh my word, get on some hormones. And I talked to my doctor about that recently, and she said, well, it was why everybody was so like, don't get on hormones. But that was one study done in the 90s, and everybody freaked out over it and said, no, don't get. But yeah, no, get on hormones. And
Okay.
let me see about your shoulder. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Now, what does it feel like? Was it hurting before?
Yes,
And now, is it any better?
still really crunchy in there. Lots of
Okay.
goodies in there.
Oh, and and I know this sounds oversimplified, but have you gotten a massage, a deep tissue massage, to manually crunch those out?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how helpful is it?
She said, "When are you going to your chiropractor?" I went to the
Oh
chiropractor. When
no.
are you going to your acupuncturist? I said, "That's a
And
sweet."
so do you do yoga, tai chi,
I've been
qigong?
I've been meaning to get into it.
I feel like
Okay.
that is your maintenance.
Okay.
Because your body, well, your body's just pissed off, it's inflamed, so when I see your body in my mind's eye, and I just pulled out a hunk of stuff, all these separate ways. I pulled it down your hand, I pulled it down the bottom of through your foot down into the ground, I pulled it out this way, and it felt like a rebar. And you know what it looks like. How bizarre that they're showing me this. Do you remember the movie Twister? The 90s movie
Yes.
Twister with Helen
Yeah.
Hunt.
Yeah.
And they had the little balls that went into the air to test the weather. That's what it looks like. It's in you, these little metal
Mm.
balls. And it's like they're inflamed and going, hey, fucking pay attention. It's really what they're saying. It's like they're throwing themselves up. It's because that's the metaphor, like throwing themselves up so you get a better understanding of what's happening systemically through your body. And I feel like it's the yoga because it's gentle, consistent movement. That's what I hear in my head. And of course the massage and the acupuncture. Do you do
Acupuncture.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yeah. Going this week. Yeah.
Oh, yay, perfect. Because I feel like it's all of them. And are you on hormone replacement therapy or no?
I've got a natural thing I just started. It's taken a couple of weeks, but I don't know how long it's going to take to get going on that.
And you may just want to go talk to your doctor and see if it's appropriate for you to get on
Okay.
some. And, I am very medically minded, so for me, I'm very comfortable taking medication of that sort. Some people are
Okay.
not, but I feel like I love, love, love all natural medications, and I love, love, love Western medicine too. I think it's a great
Okay.
combo, and I feel like if you're really hurting, go for broke because it's not fair for your body, and it's not fair for
Hmm.
you. Like if you're
Yeah.
freaking miserable all the time, what the hell, man? I don't know. Like
Hmm.
I feel like I would rather be on some hormone replacement therapy and feel good all the time. And you know what? My teenage son calls my hormones the mama be nice pills. Because like without them, I am like a freaking crazy person. So I don't know. I say go for
Okay.
broke, but that's
Okay.
just how my filter for the world. Because as a technician, veterinary technician, everybody go, well, what do I do, and what about quality of life, and when do I do this and that? And I go, you know what? I would rather put this dog on some hardcore drugs if it shortens their life. Okay, because if your dog is living a very long life and absolutely miserable every second of the day, what the hell? Why would we do that
Yeah.
to anybody?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
Okay.
shorter life, maybe, but that dog is gloriously happy. Yes, put them on the freaking Darabacks and let them go for broke because their hips don't hurt. I feel like it's the same
Okay.
for humans because, my spirit guides always say life's just a temp job. Don't take it so damn serious. So do what you can to make your body feel good in the moment. We're just gonna treat it symptomatically, because here's what the animals taught me: you cannot force anybody to heal. Period. I have seen animals go through horrendous situations, like truly catastrophic wounds, and they heal right up. And then I've seen animals go under anesthesia for a broken toenail and they don't want to wake up. Like it does, your body needs a safe, lovely place that it feels really good, and it needs to feel good and no crunchy shoulder. It needs to feel like it wants to go to yoga, and then maybe you can wean off later if you want, but give it a little help.
Okay.
I think it's only fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh. You're so welcome. Shamira, have a fabulous day.
Thank you, Cinimon. And we were actually talking about that all week long, menopause. We've got 2 speakers that have talked about it, including by Winona, who actually has a teledoc in their system.
Love
it. I put the link in the chat if anybody else wants to check it out. Those replays will be out this weekend. They're just kind of hidden, pre-recorded that we're adding to the series. So if you want more information and everything, there you go.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
I love it that now we're well, thanks to social media, women all over the world are able to talk to
finally, right?
Yeah. And we're going, hey, wait a minute, we're all miserable? Whoa.
And having these crazy thoughts.
Yeah, perimenopause really kicked my ass, and I think that was part of my dark decade of the soul too, because that was all in my late 30s or early 40s, and now I'm in my 50s, and so I said, screw this, I'm gonna take the Mama Be Nice pills.
Yeah.
So there you are.
Yeah, I know for me it's becoming time, because I'm becoming different. It's just, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel like me. So I'm feeling like my hormones are very annoying.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like it's also, I love that everybody's talking about it, because now we understand the grandmother theory, which is a Googleable thing that you can go look up. But it's humans and killer whales are really the only ones who go through menopause, right?
Okay.
So why in the world would nature do that? Isn't that bizarre, right? Like, why in the world? Because nature is all about creating more of yourselves.
Sure.
That's the point, because we want to make more. And so nature, in her infinite wisdom, said, wait. Older women have a wisdom that runs so deep that we do not need to risk their lives creating more of them. We will the young ones will risk their lives because our knowledge is too valuable.
Interesting.
And so now they're finding out that women were the best hunters as well, because they are finding the bones of the women, you can tell by the pelvis, and their rolled up tools and things like this. So women have, history is written by the winner, right? By the victor. So a lot of the stuff about women has just been not spoken about, but now it is. So I say be nice to your body and help it however you can. It's only fair. It's gotten you thus far, which is a Christmas miracle. So there you go. All the bad shit you've done to it, all the Taco Bell you've eaten, and all come on now, all them nights have you drank way too much, and then you're eating hangover food, and you feel like shit, and you go to work anyway. Come on, give your body some HRT and be done with it. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people go to coping things, especially when they just feel off.
Right.
So they overeat, they overdrink, they don't exercise just because they feel off. So.
Right.
But the hormones are it's a very real thing. Hormones for men and women, because I was genuinely, truly, legitimately hungry all the time. And just, it was all consuming. My brain was all consumed with food. And my entire adult life, I've weighed 125 pounds. I've never, because I'm ADHD. I've never really thought about, I have better things to do with my time than eat. That's very autistic of me. Because we autistic people go, wait, did I eat lunch today? Oh, shit, I can't even remember. We forget, right? But when my hormones shifted, I was just obsessed with food. And now I'm on a higher dosage and I feel a lot better. And I have energy to move my body now, too. Yeah, it's just
I'm all in
sharing. Yeah,
thank you.
Thanks. It's
a beautiful thing.
is just so everyone knows, is a partner of ours for the show. So, definitely go over there, check it out. It was really sweet of them to partner with us to continue these shows.
Yeah, and she, the co-founder did an interview with us, and it was really informative. It was like, what? Really? That there's like 22 types of estrogen that we need as bodies, and then there's like 70 or some more that exist for other bodies on this planet. I was like, I thought there was like 3.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's so much that I'm not privy to at all. There's so much that I don't know. So,
Absolutely.
I just go by what I feel, and I ask my body.
I love that.
I mean, truly,
I think
and that's something that you can all do. You can go, okay, I have 2 choices: get on the hormone replacement therapy, or tough it out, and then and think about the first one. Okay, if I am on this, what does my body feel like, and see what your body tells you. Is your belly loose? Is your chest open? How do you feel? And then if you think I'm going to tough it out and not take it, is your body tight, and you can't speak, like what, your body will just straight up tell you.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep.
I mean, you can just ask your body all the things. It's just the best oracle ever, in my opinion.
Ever.
Yeah. I think it takes a little bit of time to get your body to listen sometimes, though, and respond.
Yes. I agree.
It's got to trust you.
You have to try it. It's like a relationship. You have to make friends with it.
Agreed.
And be kind to it instead of judging it and like saying this fat ass, this fat stomach.
Never do. Never. Well, and I had my son
adoration.
late. I was 38 when I had my son, and I gained all this weight. And y'all, I roller skated, pushing that stroller 5 miles a day around Balboa Park in LA, 5 days a week, and did not lose a fucking pound.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, and then so I finally just like, that's it. I stripped down in front of the mirror with and I went and I said, okay, my body's beautiful. When I quit moving, does it still move? Yeah. Does it like, do I want that? No. Does it look like I want it to look? No. But you know what? I love it anyway, because I created an entire extra human from scratch. Can you even believe that? How cool is that shit? And then after that, I just let it go, because again, you cannot force a body to heal. You cannot. You have to you don't have to do shit that I say, but this is how it works, really. All you can do is give it a wonderful, safe environment where it feels appreciated and loved, and then it wants to do, and then it's effortless. You're not even thinking about it, and it just sort of happens. That's the way that it works. And appreciate it and love it like you would your little dog that you adopted.
Yeah.
We're so mean to our bodies. My gosh, it's so cruel. And there's no sense in it. Well, and these corporations have done that on purpose. So we buy their products. So we continuously feel empty. That's the point. But see, I'm autistic, so joke's on them. I get one little tube of lipstick and I'm like, for like a week. I am so excited. I can't even believe it. It's the little tiny things. Like now I'm getting this veg box from this local farm, and they have this organic veg, and I'm over the moon. Like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what's on the box. Like, what do I get today? Oh my God, it's an orange. Woo! Like this is why I love being autistic, because I'm like a little kid with stuff like that. And that keeps me young and joyful. Because I mean, holy
very much
shit.
like that too.
Yeah. Well, have you read Samantha Craft's unofficial checklist online? Well, y'all can go. It's Samantha Craft with a C, not like the mac and cheese.
Change my world.
Yeah, Samantha Craft's unofficial checklist. And it's just a long list. It's a freebie thing online. It's just a long list of attributes for adult women with who are neurodivergent, and neurodivergent ADD, ADHD, and autism. And being autistic, having autism, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. This is simply a different way that our brains function. It is a neurotype. It's not a dysfunction. It pisses me off, because when you read the DSM-5, which is the big book of mental illness, which of course we're in there, they pathologize us to a ridiculous degree and say that our, let me give you an example. That we can't stand injustice, and they think that meaning the authors of the DSM, they believe us to be flawed in some way, and I feel that this is not a flaw. I just have integrity. I have immense integrity, And if something feels off, I'm just not going to do it. I don't care how much money is involved. I don't give a shit about it because money does not impress me. I don't care. I don't care. And, you know, I lived in LA forever and I trained everybody's famous, their dogs. I don't give a shit. I don't really care, you know. But I feel like the autistic people are the magic people. Hardly a scientific study, but I mean, I've given thousands of readings at this point. And the magic people are neurodivergent because the way we view the world is simply different.
Different.
Yeah.
Neurotypical people are brilliant at having the same job for 30, 40, 50 years. They're brilliant in corporate America. They can work for someone they don't respect. They can. We cannot. And we need to do, because we're the artists of the world. So we need to do all of the things in a day, then we need 3 days to rest. Then we do all of the things and then we need 3 days of rest. And this is just how we operate. And now they're kind of realizing that we were amazing hunters too, when we were hunter-gatherers, because autistic people forget to eat, go a long time without eating. We don't give a shit about pain. We like look down and go, oh my God, there's another bruise. How the hell did that get there? Like you bump your hip on the counter, you don't even notice, you know. And our perception of every little thing that's off, we can sense something's off.
Yeah.
And you know, you have a friend group and a new guy comes in and you go, ooh, he ain't right. He ain't right. He ain't right. And everybody goes, what are you talking about? He's so nice. Everybody and then a couple months later, they all figured out like, oh God, that dude's horrible. So, you know, well, and that leads me to, y'all are all psychic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because everybody's psychic, it comes standard on a human. And if you think that you're not, you are. Because, you know, I feel like I liken it to, you walk into a restaurant and the mood lighting is so lovely and you hear the laughter and people talking and murmuring and somebody's putting a fork down on their plate and glasses clinking and just the ambiance feels so good. And then you sit down, the menu is lovely, the food looks amazing, it tastes divine, it smells good. All of these things you're thinking about the next week when you're relating the story of this a lovely dinner. You don't go, you know what, it was the guy who put the fork on the plate made the whole meal. Like, no, you don't pick it apart like that. You don't go, well, I'm not clairvoyant, so I'm not psychic. No, that's not how it fucking works. You're psychic all the time. You just aren't calling it that.
Yes.
Because you hear, well, and I'm claircognizant, clairvoyant, clairalient, clairaudient, clairsentient, and clairgustient. Like I have all of the things. And I'm a psychic medium, animal communicator. I'm an amplifier, and I'm an energetic healer, like all this crazy shit. But the reason I am is because I say I am and I allow it in.
Uh-huh.
So
Amen.
it's how much are you allowing in? That's all. Does it freak you out and you don't want to allow it in? Well, you know, it doesn't have to be scary.
I like that you said that. I like that you said that.
It's not hard. And it really is the first thing in your head. Truly. Like when you feel something in your body or somebody asks you a question, it's the first thought in your head. That's usually the truth. Well, not usually, it is the truth. You know? So, there's the trust in your body again.
Yeah.
When you trust yourself, you get, and you know, so we're all psychic. I mean, I've just had a little more practice so I can get the details. That's all. You know, it's not that big of a deal, y'all.
Do you want to take another call?
Yeah, let's take another one. Jennifer, let's go with Jennifer. Top of my screen.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Jennifer.
Thanks so much for being here. I resonated with what you said about the animal communication and the dog training. I have a question about my dog. She's super sensitive and sometimes insecure, but she does great while on the leash. And I really don't know if like she'll just never be an off-leash dog or if it's just something we have to work at. But she's the sweetest.
So what would you like her to be able to do?
I would like to be, even if we were on the leash, I would love to be able to go to a place that's off leash and just be able to, you know, walk without freaking out.
How does that manifest in her? Is she cringing at your feet? Is she lashing out at other dogs? Like what's happening?
Yep, she's lashing out at other dogs, just being highly reactive. And most interesting is it could be the most calm dog.
Oh
And
yeah, because she feels
for her,
something
that's
you don't
so
though.
triggering. Yeah.
So, I mean,
And
and
also tried to pee on another dog, just like marking her territory. And it just
oh,
like it comes out of nowhere and I can't like anticipate and I'll be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't even know
so
that thing kind of
bless
thing.
her heart though. It's
I
anxiety,
know.
it's anxiety. So square one would be um a distance in which she's comfortable. So and that's her boundary. So
Yeah.
dogs will tell you straight up what their boundary is. It's the most lovely thing. They just tell you because people go, well, my dog won't eat when it's around other dogs. I go, well, you don't need to have your dog that close to other dogs then. When you back up, back up, back up, back. When the dog, you can come up here. Come on, honey. You know we're talking about y'all, huh? This is crawfish, everybody. Um,
Aw,
little crawfish. How you doing?
oh my gosh. He
Working.
looks
Can you
just
give
like
me a
my
minute?
dog.
Oh yeah. He's
Yeah.
he well anyway, he's a long story, but so behavior states that if you go back far enough where that dog is comfortable eating, because if a dog is not eating, that's anxiety. It's too close to its trigger. So because will she eat in a place with off leash dogs?
She's definitely like attacked another dog from like the other dog's owner giving treats. So
Okay.
she's
So but
highly,
will she eat them in the presence of these? She
yeah,
will?
yeah,
Okay, so she's super conflicted. Got it. Okay,
yep.
so you need to just start outside the dog park to get her comfortable there.
Okay.
And you'll be looking for calming signals. And do you know about calming signals? You can,
Like the
that's one
tail.
of them right there. A calming signal, what he just did, the yawn, because it's a stressful thing. So you can look up calming signals online and it's a look away, it's a lip flick, it's a body turn, it's a yawn. It's when the dog has a yawn with a squeak at the end, super stressed out, super stressed out. Then they'll reach that peak and they'll shake it all off. So it needs to be levels of comfort for her so she knows she's safe. I would venture to say that's not the dog to do things like that. You
Okay.
can work on it totally. You could get her up to doing that and she'll tolerate it. She probably won't like it, but she'll tolerate it. She'll do it because you're asking her to do it. But does it bring her joy? No. But this is
No.
why you have multiple dogs. This is why I've always had multiple dogs, because some can do that and some cannot. You
Sure.
know,
Yeah. She gets like her body shakes
oh,
even like
she's
if we take a
super
bath.
stressed. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, she's stressed out.
It's
Well,
something
and
like
it could I love you too. Holy crap. Like pushy much? But and here's the thing too. So when a mother is pregnant, whatever stressors she is experiencing while she's pregnant, those babies are born with more neuroreceptors for that type of stress because it's just nature's way of ensuring survival, right? And this goes for humans as well. So that little dog just had a mama who was stressed, and probably that mama was stressed, and on and on and on. So, there is a certain degree to which you can get her, and then you'll probably plateau out, and this is who you have, because I feel like it's 50% what the dog comes with and 50% what you can shift. But I would say that do well, again, like I was saying earlier, with your own body and taking it to the dog park and such. I would say full stop on everything. Don't take her anywhere in which she feels uncomfortable. Don't do anything that makes her uncomfortable, and do that for a couple of months and then see who you have. Then see if her behavior shifts, because what you're looking for is goofy. And this is a human body too. When you're comfy enough to be goofy and silly, because goofy and silly is the antithesis of stress, right? So you're looking for her to roll in her back, you know how dogs do, and to be super duper comfy. And so if does she do that at home?
Yeah, and we are at that point where we just only do the stuff that she's comfortable with because
Got
that's,
it.
yeah, like you said, that is totally her boundary.
Yeah, she just doesn't want to do it. And
Yep.
she just may be an introvert like me.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
I have literally stopped doing the things that I thought I was supposed to do. Well, I'm supposed to go out with all that. I'm supposed to like to go to watch the fireworks with all the people. And I hate it. And I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to force my body to do it. So I would say she just is comfortable where she is. So you can
I
work.
love that.
Look, I mean, I had this huge mastiff that I got out of the shelter system. He was a big, I don't know, kind of Corso maybe, but I mean, he was 150 pounds, this huge animal, and he was highly aggressive to people because of fear. And it took me a year. I did 6 months of no contact with people, and then 6 months reintroducing. And I took that dog all over Los Angeles to elementary schools to talk to kids about, jobs with animals. And they'd go, Miss Reyes' class, come down and pet, and everybody could come pet the dog. Did he like it? No, he would tolerate it. But when he got nervous, he would just give me a look, and I'd go, okay, everybody go sit down. You big monster, you come hide behind me. Right? So he tolerated it because I asked him to. But so Jennifer, I think that'll be your dog. She'll tolerate it, but she just doesn't want to do it. So get an additional dog, and she stays home, and you get the other dog who's outgoing and extroverted, wants to go and do the fun stuff.
Okay.
I mean, why not? And then that would help her too. Because if you have a dog who really wants the attention, hello, crawfish, anyone wants the attention, and then she could be in the background, and the other dog, strangers could pet that other dog.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
It's easier that way. You know what I mean? She just wants to be in the background. That's all. No harm in that.
Totally.
And if you want to talk about it more, we can do that, like behavior, but I don't want to take up behavior time on here because that's not really what. But obviously, I'm geeking out, right? Because I love it so much. But we can talk about it later if you want to. Anyway, sorry, but thank you for your question, Jennifer.
Thank you.
I was gonna say she definitely helps me with all the lessons, and of course, me being an animal communicator, stepping into that too. So.
Oh, that's what you are. Oh my God. Oh, that's fantastic.
Well,
I can't read my own dogs.
It's something that I'm leaning into.
Yeah. And them giving us boundaries, because, and here's definitely what I've learned with the animal communication thing. If you have a dog with behavioral issues or health issues, they absolutely have chosen you for that reason. Mm-hmm. So you can move through or experience what your soul self wanted to experience, and that's why you came down here. So if you have a dog who's really outwardly aggressive towards other people, then where are your boundaries? It's like it works kind of like that. But that's so cool. Another animal communicator. Yeah, Jennifer, I love it.
Thank you. That's great. All right, Cinnamon, talking about working together, I want to bring up your offer here so that you can kind of talk about what happens when people have sessions with you.
Let me tell you, it's life-changing. Hello.
And it's fun.
It is fun.
It's fun because the most important thing is that I call it the kindness bubble, and that's the most important thing. So you're never going to feel judged or I don't know, is this really safe? I'm very trauma informed, and I want you to feel super comfortable, and it's all about you. So really it's going to be different for each person, because it's not about what I think you need. It's about what you actually need. And so we'll in the beginning we talk, and it's a reading, and we go over what you want to do, and then we do this meditation, and who knows where we're going to go in the meditation. It's different every time depending on what you want and need. So, I mean, there you are. And I don't even know what's on here. What am I doing?
That is exactly what you're doing.
Okay, so it's a...
All right, I thought you were actually looking at the page here.
No, I am. I'm looking at the page because I don't even remember. Y'all, look, my friend Christy helps me with all this stuff because my memory is like a colander, so I don't even know what's going on half the time.
When you purchase when you purchase from the show, she's given us a really great discount. Honestly, her sessions run a lot higher than this, and so she'll do a 1 hour session and then a 30-minute later. So it's like a follow up, a little mini. Is that?
Can I do? Well, I would love to do it all at once if y'all can, because I think that is the best way to do it. It is.
It really is. That's
right?
how we did it.
Because if you break it up, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
So I would love to do 30-minute reading and then the meditation after. And look, I only do a couple of these a day, so we're done when we're done, so there's no pressure, and it's just really open,
it's amazing.
And safe and easy and fun. And really powerful, because we'll knock all kind of stuff out that you don't need, like blocks to whatever, to your joy, to your happiness, and if you have fear of being seen or imposter syndrome or any of these things, we can work on all that stuff too for you. So
Fabulous.
I would prefer to do it all in one day because it's just most fun. Because once we get in a groove, we don't want to stop. We're like, oh, we got to quit and do it later. Like,
And that's how I did it with you. And let me tell you guys, it was life-changing. I mean, it was one of the best things I ever chose for my life. And I visit with a lot of different speakers, and just Cinimon is so authentic. And she just was like, sister, let's just knock that off. And I was like, oh my gosh, it just a different way in looking at things. And it was just amazing. So,
because ain't nothing to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that people have a reverence for being psychic, and it's super fancy. But I kind of think like, no, man, let's get in there and get it done. Like it's great to be fancy, but also we're human and we have shit to do and we want to have fun doing it. And so, you know, shit, let's just, and oftentimes I think all the pomp and the circumstances is like a screen door in a submarine. Like, come on now, let's just get this shit done. What are we doing? We're wasting time. So I obviously don't pull punches, y'all. So, you know, and I don't sugarcoat shit. So I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm going to be super honest with you, but it's always with respect, always. And the absolute, I have reverence for you, your boundaries, how you're feeling in every moment. And I am huge about consent. And I've taught kids about consent with animals, because I think that's an easy way to teach little ones about consent. And so I'll ask your body, if we're going to talk to your body, I'll ask your body, hey, is it okay if we do? And lots of past lives come up sometimes too. Like, I just never know what's going to happen. So sometimes we go through your chakras and it's all these past lives that come up and we go in and heal those. Sometimes it's your child self that comes up. I never know. Sometimes we walk through my garden and there's so many different cool places to go in my garden, all these little gates that lead out to other places. And it's like, oh my God, I never know. And this is why it's so fun for me, because I have no idea what's going to happen. So it's different every time because it's about you, you know, and like what you want and need. So it's tailor-made for you.
It is. And so when you do select to join us or join Cinimon for her for a reading, if you buy that, then you will get an email from us, and we'll collect your email address, and then we will send you the way in which you'll book with Cinimon directly. So just know that if you don't get that immediate booking link, it's because we are collecting your email, and we'll get her one-on-one, because these are real. These are one-on-one. I mean, these are, you know, she says she only does a couple a day, but they are so life-changing. Let me just tell you that again.
Because I can only do a couple a day.
Yeah.
Because I every single thing I do, I give it my all. I do not know how to do things half-ass. It's not in me. Like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to be breezy. If you haven't noticed, have you met me? Hello. I don't know how to be breezy. I'm super intense. I'm like all in. And so when you book with me, honestly, let's do an hour and a half at one go. And please plan for yourself to have time after, because I swear your body is like, all of our bodies are like a little toddler. You're going to need a snack and a nap. You're going to need a snack and a nap after, because it's like, holy shit, what just happened? Oh my God. You need a minute. Because we'll pull out crazy shit, and it'll be like black tar, or it'll be funky things, or I'll find rope in your chakra, like ships and things and wine barrels, and like, I never know what's going to happen. So it's a lot. So be prepared to rest after, for sure. So don't operate any heavy machinery after. Yeah. There you go.
Do you have a wait list? We had one of the questions. Do you have a wait list? How long is scheduling out?
You know what? Long. Now it's kind of dying down a little bit, which is a beautiful thing. So probably like a week, and that's it. So
that's great. Yeah.
Love it.
Because I try to space out, you know, so yeah, so it's because that sucks, doesn't it? If you hear somebody, you want to do it now. At least I do, my ADHD self. Like, if I've got to wait like 3 months, I'm like, ooh, well, I don't want to do it. So yeah, I think it's like a week.
And it was like perfect timing. It really is. Everything is in divine timing, so it was perfect.
Yeah, you might need a week to kind of do a little bit of processing on your own, and then you'll be ready to.
Oh, it was so amazing. Yeah.
And you know, your guides have got you, right? So when we're in meditation, most of the time we see the same things in meditation, which can freak people out because they go, wait, what? Why are we, what? How are we seeing the same thing? But sometimes we see something completely opposite because we're supposed to deal with both of those things. And they may show me some stuff that is different than they show you. And there's a reason behind everything. That's the reason I'm saying it this way, is that even if it is a couple of months out, there's a reason for that too. You know, if the scheduling gets wonky and you have to redo it for a later date, there's a reason. So, you know, and all that stuff is above my pay grade, y'all. Your guides know you so much better than I do. And the beauty part is I don't even have to know the ins and outs of all this. And it can all be above my pay grade because I just do what I'm told. I heal to the degree in which I'm allowed. You know, and I would never overstep your soul self and what it chose to do to come down here, you know, because in between lives is when we plan for the next one. Right? In between lives is when we're all there together.
Yeah.
And then we go, hey, we did this last time. I want to do this next time. Who's in? Right?
Yeah.
So your soul family kind of, because I'll do that and I'll do this. And we all kind of sign up for it. Right? So, and then we all show up and forget it all. We forget how fancy we are, right? Because, you know, but your guides have got you is what I mean. And you know what? Your guides don't help you because you're helpless. Your guides help you because you're actually incredibly, immensely powerful. But when we come down here, we have blinders on for a reason. We have selective amnesia, a lot of amnesia, because if we were to remember every single lifetime that we've had down here, this one would not be important. We'd go, why I gotta work so hard? Whatever, and man, I'm gonna just sit down and relax. But we needed to feel so intense and powerful and amazing, like this is the only one, and we've got to give it everything we've got. And then that way we really experience all of this. What are they telling me in my head? They're telling me in my head to experience this planet is so incredible because, and they're just showing me like it's movie, like clicking through pictures of the Amazon and waterfalls, the amount of butterflies on this planet alone, and the mountains and the snow and the horses running wild across the United States and the bison. And in Vietnam, they're showing me fields and like it's, oh my God, in Switzerland and Italy and the beauty of China. Oh my God, this planet is incredible. We get to be here. Are you effing kidding me?
Yeah.
How cool is that shit?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Anyway, so you're incredibly powerful and y'all just need to remember it. And that's what I'm here to do. To remind you how amazing you are. That's my job. To inspire you and empower you.
Thank you, Cinnamon. We don't want to go over on time.
Oh yeah, sorry y'all.
No, girl,
we would
go forever.
Absolutely fantastic, and it's right on top of the hour. So thank you, Cinnamon.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. I think Crawfish needs to go outside to pee anyway, so I'm gonna have to get out of here, y'all. Thank you so much for letting me be here.
Yes.
I am so grateful,
beautiful.
and thanks everybody for letting me talk your ear off for an hour.
Loved it. We loved every minute of it.
Thank you, y'all.
Thank you.
All right, do I just exit out of here, y'all? How do I do it?